Hello, I'm Jan Mulvey and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Okay, it's time for Question of the Week. This week it's been provided by Tom Lloyd at TomLloyd94 on Twitter.
Good lad.
And good lad, top lad. Thanks very much for questioning your question. The extended version of this question is, with Alan's recent upturn in form, who would you pick as Henderson's ideal midfield partner when Lucas is fit again? We've got Chris Pager, Jack Hart and Steve Hoare, who I'll come to first. Yeah.
I've got a bit of a cop-out answer. I think it depends on who you're playing and where you are. I think...
I take it Stevie's fit in this scenario as well.
Stevie's not getting in my best team at the minute, so I'm ruling Stevie out. How pathetic, I'm just ruling the best player we've ever had out. he's done for now.
Because we're that good.
What's the point to play? Well, no point, might as well develop someone else now, he's going. Away from home, I think I'd still prefer Lucas. At home... You know, I'm still going to say Lucas, just because he's been a little bit more consistent than Alan. If Alan could play like he has done yesterday or Wednesday's going out on Sunday, as much as he can, then yeah, fair enough.
I think to be fair, like to Joe Allen, he's been decent since he's come back into the team, Jack. And against Man City was arguably his best game in a Liverpool shirt. But you know, look. The Liverpool's upturn in form happened when Lucas was restored to the side. I don't know, we changed formation as well, but Lucas is... We know what Lucas is boss, and we know what job he does, and we know exactly what we're going to get. Lucas had no inconsistency when he came back into the side. I think Joe Allen has actually had good games and bad games.
Joe Allen was also on the pitch for much of our best form last season, and you know, he's been on the pitch for couple of really important wins recently, so I think back over the course of the last 2 years, most of our good moments have had Joe Allen quietly working away in the background, so I think he'd get a nod from me, as much as I love Lucas, you know.
Great, okay.
It's Joe Allen.
Chris?
Tough.
Again, we've had all day
I know,
about this.
I know. But Jack made such a good point, and so did Steve.
Yeah. Don't let them sway you, mate.
I don't know. My heart says Lucas, but I think there's more potential with Joe Allen. I think right here and now, I think Lucas has done a better job over the course of this season. But, you know, can the team improve more? I think the team will improve more with Joe Allen playing well than with Lucas playing well. But, you know, Joe Allen's got to do it over a period of time. He's got to do it for the next... If he plays from now to the end season, he's got to do it the whole fucking time.
Yeah, and to be fair, Chris loves Joe Allen. And I know he has done. No, I go back to Steve's original point. I agree with that. I think it's Lucas. I think it's as soon as Lucas is fit, he goes straight back into that team for me. Unless Joe Allen has absolute worldy performances between now and then, I think he's still got a lot of work to do. And at the minute, it's a perfectly legitimate question to ask. I think, like I say, that was one great game, and you know, you're right, Jack. He has put in good, solid performances here and there, but I don't think anyone can say Joe Allen has been. Look, 3 weeks ago, we would all say Joe Allen was out the door. That was just the end of his Liverpool career. He'd not done enough to justify it. I'd have sold him in January if we got a decent offer for him. If I felt we could have improved the squad elsewhere with the money. I think there's far better players. Do
you think it's fair to say bad Joe Allen is worse than bad Lucas? So the worst you can get off Joe Allen, and he offers you nothing. Yeah. Lucas will still offer you winning the ball back a bit. But the best that Joe Allen can be is probably better than what Lucas offers you. So I think Lucas is more...
He's a steady bet.
He's the more consistent player, I think.
I think if you talk about like the versatility of players that we have, Allen's technically more versatile than Lucas, but he isn't. I don't think he's Lucas Leiva is a absolute nailed on, I think, top quality defensive midfielder. I think we can, you know, I don't like him playing further up the field. I don't know where Joe Allen's best. I think we saw it against City, but like we said, he technically played in place of Lucas in that game, but he didn't play defensive midfielder. But also they didn't play a strict number 10. They didn't put anyone there. He wasn't forced to mark anyone. When we're asking Joe Allen to do those kind of jobs, he looks completely out of his depth in those positions. And I think, you know, I think you're dead right. Going back to the point, as I say, was against different types of opposition you can get away with it, because I've seen Joe Allen have some woeful performances in the central midfield, whereas I can't think of any bad games Lucas has had this season.
Not in this
since he's exactly in that formation. So
formations is a key element to the question, because we are presuming that we can only have two in there. there's a case for getting the three of them in there because Coutinho's been so good this season and is getting better and better. Play Coutinho in the 10 and a diamond. Sterling's played up top this season, so maybe put him with Sturridge and play back four. I'm concerned about the left back in that setup, but there's a case for you've got all your best players on there.
So I don't like last season, the 4-1-2-1-2 or the diamond, whatever you want to call it, was incredible. But at the start of this season, we got fucking nailed down the wings. And people just worked out how to play against us there. And I don't want to see us go back to that. And I think, if we continue to play three at the back, I don't know if you need, as such, a proper holding defensive midfielder.
I don't think Lucas is the typical holding midfielder because I still think he's asked to venture forward and he can do it. He's not great.
But this is the point. I think a lot of this comes back to it's basically casual offensiveness towards Lucas Leiva, as though he gets stereotyped as just a defensive midfielder, and he's not. We've seen what we were saying. What was great about Joe Allen's performance against Man City was how he basically puts the ball straight to feet of the attacking player. Lucas Leiva does that.
He's regained his form, doing very different things to what he was doing when he was at his very best 3 years ago, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. There's an awful lot more to his game now than there was then.
I still think Joe Allen's the perfect squad player. He's the perfect squad player because he'll come in and he'll have decent enough games. I think he's quite happy to sit on the bench. He doesn't look like the lad who's going to kick off. He just doesn't. He hasn't got that.
He's like a nice kid, does he?
He just doesn't look like he's got that in him. He's a decent sub, and he's a decent. If someone's injured or someone's suspended, then you can roll Joe Allen in, and you know what you're gonna get.
Look, when we're playing good football, I think he is like ideal. Well, what Brendan Rodgers would have alongside him, and as we said, as far as partnership goes, the fact that we're not even mentioning Steven Gerrard, and to be fair, we maybe mention Chan in a second, but I think it's only a case of it's either Allen or Lucas is a testament to how good those partnerships have kind of been. But when we're playing good attacking free flowing football, Allen has that percentage advantage over Lucas Leiva. His close control's better. He's more skillful on the ball, than Lucas is. But I think that Lucas is just a far more solid option. Off camera we were talking about Barcelona and Busquets before. If you're going to have a team of loads of attacking talent in there, the question is, do you actually just need then someone whose job is just to do the protection? Because I get what you're kind of saying with this. Do you need an out and hold midfielder? But what Liverpool have set up is it's 5 and 5. It's 5 defensive players and five attacking players essentially. And
Henderson's still part of that 5.
Yeah. But if Martin Skrtel wasn't Martin Skrtel, I think you can get away with not having a genuine hold midfield if your centre of your 3 at the back is like PK or whatever, someone who can actually step up and do a little bit more of that sort of work. I don't think with Skrtel there you can, and we've seen how fucking dangerous it is when we look. I mean, again, Allen and Chan against Besiktas didn't work, didn't offer anything like the shielding for the defence. But just on Chan, because we did a lot of Chan, a lot. That sounds really really dodgy. We did a lot on Emre Chan in the final way. But any case for him to be the partner for Henderson?
I think he plays if Henderson doesn't play.
Yeah.
I think it's at the moment with what we've got, it's Allen or Lucas with Henderson or Chan. So I think that's probably how I'd work it. And to be honest, any combination of those wouldn't. I know you said that Chan and Allen struggle, but I think everyone struggled in Besiktas. I think I wouldn't be, if someone said to me, you sent
first time they played together.
You sent to me Allen and Chan. You'd think you can see how that would work. I don't think you're gonna. That's my issue. Everyone's saying put Chan in midfield next year. Henderson's our captain. He's gonna play. I don't know if you can play him and Chan together. I think you're limiting both players by playing them together. Like you mentioned on the last show, it's the Gerrard and Lampard thing. Very good players, but probably a little bit too close similar together to the effectiveness of the ball.
Yeah, I suppose the beauty of Lucas and Allen in that respect is that they're both happy to take one for the team. Neither of them's that kind of player who needs to be getting up the pitch. They need to be the guy getting. They're not worried about their games being hampered by the fact that they're having to do some of the dirty work, which works for them because they end up being they're both great foils, aren't they? I suppose in that regard. So I think can we agree that it doesn't really Allen or Henderson either or?
No, because I picked Allen, right, but he does have to perform better, because if he's performing like he was a few weeks ago, then I'd sell him in the summer. If he performs like he does against City, I'd keep him definitely. Yeah. But as I said, he does need to keep his form up to the end of the season. If there's a drop off between now and the end of the season from him, I don't think there's a question. I think it's Lucas.
And just lastly, Steven Gerrard. Any point?
I'm with Steve. I don't care now he's going, and that's.
It's probably poorly phrased.
Yeah, I'm distancing myself from that.
He's been amazing, but I don't think when he comes back in, because there was loads of questions like, where does Stevie fit into this midfield? I'm not asked if he fits into the midfield or not. I don't think it's a question. I really don't see it as an option. The team's playing well. We're on a roll. He's been the best player this club's ever had. But while we're playing well now, he shouldn't come straight back into the side. It's
telling that I've actually not even noticed he's not been there the last few weeks, to be honest.
The issue is now, for pretty much the first time since Gerrard's been 18, 19, he isn't the best player in that position that Liverpool have got. Yeah. If you say, I'll play Stevie Gerrard there's always what I'd rather have. So let's play him off Sturridge, but I'd rather have Coutinho and Sterling and Lallana. Yeah. Let's play him in midfield. Well, no, because Henderson and Lucas are better. And that's not a slight on Gerrard. He's a 30-odd-year-old fella. You'd want your players to be better than him. If Steve Gerrard's still got in our best team, I'd be worried that why is a 30-odd-year-old fella still in our best team.
I think that... Sorry, go on, Jack.
I was discussing Gerrard the other night with a friend, and, the closer we get to the end of the season, there's going to be more and more talk about Gerrard inevitably, and how do, from the media, we'll have the discussions, how do we replace Steven Gerrard? But in many ways, it's like he's already gone. Because, like you say, he's not got a position in the team, not necessarily clamouring for him to be back in. He's kind of not there already.
He's one of them. He's still got a role to play, but I actually see him more in rotation with Coutinho, Sterling, Lallana than I see him in rotation with the midfield. And in fact, the only chance we're liable to see him back in the midfield, because he might well play there this week with Blackburn and Burnley, is that because Lucas is injured and because Joe Allen is always injured and is inconsistent, and Emre Can's preferred at centre-back. Steven Gerrard might just come in there because you might as well, you know what I mean? And like I say, Blackburn, it's like, oh, go on. He should be good enough to play in that position against Blackburn, whereas for me, I say it's Henderson plus either Lucas or Allen. I'm not that bothered either or. I know there's a guarantee of quality from Lucas. Allen needs to do more if he wants to guarantee his place.
On Gerrard then, totally hypothetical, but if we can play him against Blackburn, if we get to the next round and the round after that, does he go in the team for a semi or a final?
That's a great question, and one we're going to answer on the Uncensored Back Build-Up show. It goes back to the nostalgia thing, doesn't it? Is that
if Liverpool are in the FA Cup final, I can guarantee you Steven Gerrard's playing if he's fit. He's got.
Why did you get Harry Kewell's contract?
Playing the final, yeah. If I got him go off injured, he'll play. It's just a nailed-on fact he will play, whether he deserves to or not.
We're not in one yet, anyway.
Exactly. Well, we can discuss that. We can discuss that as and when the situation arises. Anyway, thank you very much. As I say once again, at Tom Lloyd 94. Thanks for your question. Put more questions you'd like us to answer next week in the comments section underneath, or you can tweet us or use the Facebook page or all that jazz. We're going to be doing Question of the Week again next week, but we also answered more of your questions because some of them were brilliant, but obviously this was Question of the Week on Redmen TV Question Time.
They were good, but they weren't as good as this.
Redmen TV Question Time shows on the redmentv.com, where we answered a whole host of questions ranging from Emre Can's future, was it at centre-back or centre-mid, as we sort of discussed there. Where does Coutinho rank in the top 10s in world football?
Was that the question?
No. But it was close enough.
Paraphrased.
And can we win anything with kids, and can we carry good form over into next season and more? So check that out, redmentv.com, completely free for your first month, so go and check it out. Cheers.
I'm Paul Mason for the Redmen TV outside Anfield after Liverpool smashed the Premier League champions Man City 2-1. Worldies from Jordan Henderson and Philip Coutinho sealing the fate of the citizens.